Hannah Ferrand, a 20-year-old junior at Chapman University in California, says that most young people don't have a good idea of what is going on in the public policy sphere. She also admits, being only 20, that it does not make sense to pay attention to politics and current events because there is no direct benefit. It costs people time and effort to learn about the issues, and most young people would rather spend time and effort doing something directly beneficial. So why would lowering the voting age be any more beneficial to those that are counted as voters? The U.S. Census Bureau says that the lowest turnout rate is 51.9%, and that consists of the 18 to 24-year-olds. The number of non-voters decreases as the age increases, with 65 to 75% not voting at 27.6%. Judging by the trends, adding 16 to 17-year-olds would just add a lower number of eligible voters and decrease voter turnout even more. The second proposal is to do away with voter registration. It sounds easier, but registration is a safeguard. It's needed so people don't vote more than once, they only vote in their own jurisdiction, and so that eligible voters vote. Only eligible voters vote. Supporters of this proposal feel that people don't register because they don't have the time, it's inconvenient, and don't know where or when to vote. But the U.S. Census Bureau records show 15 million more people registered than actually voted. So the problem isn't registration, it's getting people to actually vote. A study headed by Carlo Barrios Marcello, a research associate for the Center for Information and Research on Civic Learning and Engagement, showed that 38% of people didn't register to vote because they were not interested in the election or not involved in politics. That was the number one reason they didn't register. Failing to meet the deadlines was second at 22%. Steps have been taken to make registration easier, like voting or registering online or being registered when you go into the DMV for a driver's license. The problem isn't the registration, it's getting people interested in voting. Finally, the final suggestion is to allow non-citizens to vote. Advocates say that those with the intent of becoming a U.S. citizen that pay taxes, put their children in school and work should have a say in their local policy. Propositions are being made all over the country to allow non-citizens to vote. In California, there's a proposition. Democratic U.S. citizen Senator Dianne Feinstein says that allowing non-citizens to vote is not only unconstitutional in California, it clearly dilutes the promise of citizenship. Voting is allowed to U.S. citizens. Give it to the non-citizens, and there's not much differentiating between the two. The government wants to lower requirements to increase voter turnout, but the requirements are already laid back. The statistics show that allowing more groups of eligible voters would only add to the problem of lower voter turnout. Not requiring voter registration would certainly increase the number of voters, but undoubtedly a lot of those numbers would be illegal. I'll end today by expressing the importance of the current voting requirements. The problem of low voter turnout isn't the fact that you need to be 18 before you can vote. The problem of low voter turnout isn't due to having to register to vote. The problem isn't due to allowing non-U.S. citizens, not allowing non-citizens to vote. The problem is eligible voters aren't interested in voting in the first place. Proposals to raise the numbers of eligible voters need to stop. If the government wants to increase voter turnout, proposals need to get eligible voters motivated and to the booths to vote is what needs to start.
Well.